Cyberpunk 2077 is so close from releasing, and over the last couple of years there has been so much build up and there's been so much hype for this game. And because we've gone through this journey of being hyped for so long, whenever we see something big and amazing, it doesn't actually surprise us. This is what we expect from CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk 2077. But recently, what's been getting players really excited is the small little features that CD Projekt Red have added to Cyberpunk, which can just leave endless possibilities. It may not appeal to every single player, but for the players that do want to use these features, it makes life that much better, and they can actually go on to create content which then others can enjoy, the players that actually weren't going to use the feature ever. So these small little features end up helping a load of different people, even if you don't use these features. So in this video, we are going to be going through the small features that CD Projekt Red have added to Cyberpunk 2077 that makes a massive difference. Before I do get into the video, if you do want to see me streaming this game live when it is released on the 10th of December, then there is a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch stream. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the second these streams start going live. For the longest time, I have been streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that will be ramping up to daily streams. December is going to be an absolutely crazy month, and we're probably going to carry on doing daily streams up until I complete Cyberpunk, and once I finally complete it, I'm probably going to start completely fresh, maybe increase the difficulty, maybe change my life path, and then make some different decisions along the way to get a completely different ending. This game should be keeping us busy for a very long time. So yeah, if that sounds of interest to you, there is a link to that in the description down below. Getting back into the video, the features that CD Projekt Red have implemented, which should be small features, but end up being so much bigger than they actually are to get players super excited. The first one, and this starts off with a very obvious one, the difficulty option. Most games these days have a difficulty option, and Cyberpunk 2077 is no different. This allows you to carry on making the decisions that you want to make, shaping the game that you want it to be shaped into. So straight from the beginning, before you even customize your character, you can select the difficulty in which Cyberpunk will be playing at. If you're the type of player that's there for the narrative, you want to enjoy the storyline of what Cyberpunk has to offer you, and you don't want to be challenged with the conflict within the game, then you can set this to a lower difficulty. If you're someone that is the complete opposite and you want to be challenged by the gameplay, then you can increase the difficulty to fit your playstyle. Whatever it is you want to do within the game, you can change the difficulty to benefit that. What I think I might do when the game is first released is actually stick to a low difficulty. That way I can enjoy the narrative for the first time, get used to the mechanics, and then later on, as said, I will be doing multiple playthroughs, I can then increase the difficulty to be so much harder, and that way I can actually have more of a challenge. This also adds into the replayability for those hardcore fans that will be playing it through a second time. The next thing, which is considered a small feature but will have huge impacts on the game, is the photography mode. For the photography mode, not everyone will use it, but this does appeal to a very small audience within Cyberpunk. For those players will now be able to capture very exciting events and experiences that happen to them whilst they're playing Cyberpunk, ready for them to either share with their friends, which then creates another experience, or to share on social media, which will create a completely different experience. This is a very good feature to have, and it also links into some of the major features that are part of the game and just makes them that more important. For example, customization. And this could be customizing your character at the beginning of the game or even just choosing the outfit. Because if you're making your character the focal point of that photo that you're going to be taking, you want to make sure that they actually look like they belong in the environment that they're in. And this can make or break a photo. And what makes this photo mode very exciting is the amount of variables that you can change as the player. You could do all the basic stuff like move around, rotate the camera, zoom in, zoom out, change the exposure, change the aperture, change the FOV. All of this stuff is stuff that you can find with other photo modes on other games. But what's really cool is that you can actually have control over your character and the poses they're making whilst in this photo mode. So you don't actually need to set it up within gameplay for you to pause the game and then to go directly into the photo mode. You can go straight into the photo mode and then change up everything within that scene to suit your liking. If you did set up the game to have an explosion and you wanted your character to look cool with the explosion in the background, then you can get the explosion sorted within gameplay and then change your character within the photo mode. And this could be the different types of poses or even the facial expression. You can even go as far as completely removing your character by taking them out of shot. So this gives you the freedom to create photos that you want to create, ready for you to then share it, which then also links into you giving free promotion to Cyberpunk 2077, as well as also building a community. It is a win-win situation no matter which way you look at it. The next feature that makes a massive impact is a passive playthrough. This actually wasn't originally added to the game. CD Projekt Red never intended players to start the game from the beginning and get all the way to the end without killing a single character. This just wasn't planned for Cyberpunk, but with the amount of feedback that players were sending to CD Projekt Red about a passive playthrough, they actually changed it up. You can now swap between lethal ammunition all the way to non-lethal ammunition, and some levels have been designed so you can actually go in, go out without even being noticed, without even killing anyone. So now you can go from the start of the game all the way to the end of the game without killing a single character. And as Cyberpunk is a role-playing game and it is about choices, this is another choice that you get to make. Now for most of us, we probably will be going through Cyberpunk guns blazing, killing everyone that gets in our way, using all the different cyberware that's available and using all the different weapons that are available. But there will be some players that want to go from the start of the game all the way to the end of the game without killing a single NPC. And this could either be a personal challenge for themselves to see if it can be done. There'll probably be a bit of curiosity to see if there could be a completely different ending if you do a passive playthrough. And then you'll have the people that will be doing this as content, which they will then show off to their audience. So the people that aren't willing to go through the whole game again just to not kill anyone. And there will be the types of people that are likely to watch that type of content. So you can see from changing from lethal ammunition to non-lethal ammunition, how everything can change. It's a very small change, but has a massive impact. The next feature that CD Projekt Red have implemented is no copyright music option. This is another feature that probably won't actually benefit you directly because most of you won't be creating content. But for those of you that are creating content, whether it be videos or even streaming, with Cyberpunk 2077, you can go into your settings and toggle on or off copyright music. And this will remove any copyright music within a music playlist for the car radio or even just walking around within the world of Cyberpunk. So this means when you do go and stream it on Twitch to your audience or do make a video with background noise, there will be no music that will get flagged, whether it be on YouTube or even on Twitch, and you will get no DMCA from it. This will protect you as the content creator, but it also means that you can actually put up videos or even streams that will never get taken down. And if they're left up, it means that more people can enjoy that content. This is actually a very good feature which I haven't seen before from any game company, and I hope more game companies in the future do take this on. This is another win-win situation. Content creators get to play the game, the audience will then get to enjoy watching that streamer or video of that person playing that game. Then on top of that, that will then be free promotion for the game for CD Projekt Red. It benefits every single party involved. Not to mention, now that with that content not being taken down, that gets to remain on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the social media platform you're posting to. And finally, for the last feature that we're going to be talking about, you can toggle nudity on and off. Nudity plays a massive part within Cyberpunk. Right at the beginning, you get to customize your genitalia, and not just that, but when you're in gameplay, you can have romantic options with different characters. And despite this being a natural thing, it is nice to have the option to turn nudity on and off. And it could be for a couple different reasons. For me, I would actually have to turn this off because I'll be doing YouTube videos daily and I'll also be doing Twitch streams daily. And for YouTube's terms of service and also Twitch's terms of service, I'm not allowed to show any nudity of any kind, whether it be from me directly or whether it be something within the game. So for my videos, I would have to blur out everything that did contain any type of nudity, and for my Twitch streams, I would have had to bring up another scene which didn't show the gameplay at all, which would have taken away from the experience. And for most content creators, they will have to do the exact same thing. So this benefits a lot of content creators again, but this also just benefits the players that do want to have the option just to turn off nudity. I know people who haven't actually got a setup just for themselves, where they're able to sit in their room or a space which no one else enters, where they're able just to sit down and play games. Other people have family setups where everyone will be sitting in the living room watching them play a game. The last thing you want is for either your mum or dad or even nan and granddad to be watching you play a game where there's a lot of nudity on screen. The person playing may find it incredibly embarrassing depending how they've been brought up. So the option to turn nudity off just gets away from that very awkward conversation that you're going to be having with your family members. So these are different features that are added to Cyberpunk 2077, which may not be used by every single player, but still has a massive impact on the community. But looking at some of the stuff that CD Projekt Red have done, it does look like they've taken a very keen interest into content creators to help them out to make their jobs as easy as possible so that that content could be created, which just gives free promotion for that game. But there's also stuff in here that does just benefit those that just want to play it by themselves. And with these small features, I'm always down to invite them, no matter what they are and no matter whether or not they benefit me or not, because the likelihood is that it will benefit someone. But anyway, those are the small features that CD Projekt Red have added, which makes a massive impact on the community. If you do want to talk more in depth about this or even see me streaming this game live when it is released on the 10th of December, then there is a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch channel. I currently stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but that will be going up to daily streams. So head over to there, drop a follow and you'll be notified the next time I go live. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.